What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Xurkitree GX. I'm going to be playing a game on PTCGO today, and today I'm playing a fun deck. This is a Xurkitree deck that is of my own creation, and I'm going to preface this by saying this deck is kind of bad, okay? And by kind of bad, I mean it's like really bad. I'm wondering if it can win a game, though. The idea of the deck is to kind of strip your opponent's hand away on the first turn of the game with cards like Marshadow, you let loose, then you want to like Mars and discard a card from their hand. You want a Crushing Hammer, and then also you want a Lightning GX. So we kind of have a lot of the pieces that we need here in this opening hand, and that's just that's the concept. So we also are playing Xurkitree. So if my opponent happens to be running a deck that only plays special energy, it's kind of an auto win. So it's supposed to kind of just be funny. My opponent is playing Metagross, so they are not using special energy, but we are resistant to them, so that is very good. They may struggle to get one-hit KOs against us. Also, it's going to be very good if we could just stop them from setting up completely, which is definitely possible. So I am going to be going second here, so that means that I do get to do my thing on the first turn of the game. Have the Lightning Energy for Lightning GX. I've got the Marshadow in hand. I've got Crushing Hammers as well, which obviously don't really do anything if my opponent is able to set up. But, you know, it could be useful. So we're going to see what we could do here, what the damage can be. But this deck, it's fun. It works. Like, it did what it was supposed to do the one time I tested it before. I've only played one test game with this before. We're going to Crushing Hammer just to see if we get that energy off of there. Nope. So it did work the one time I tried it. But, you know, that's not saying much. So we're going to see what we can do again. Let's go let loose, make my opponent shuffle draw 4 cards there. Then we do have the Mars. So this is awesome. This is exactly what we wanted. So then we get to play Mars as our supporter for turn. We draw 2, discard a card, random card from my opponent's hand. Then we get to Lightning GX. So we're going to take a look at my opponent's hand. We are going to get rid of the Max Potion, I think. I think we have to actually get rid of the Metagross here. And if my opponent, because if my opponent's able to get Max Potion, well, I don't know. If they're able to get a rare candy, that's obviously very bad for me. But I could get rid of the Max Potion just to try to, kind of slow my opponent down. But the fact that they got the opening bridge is really bad. So we're going to get rid of the Metagross here and just see what we could do. And hopefully the idea is that my opponent just doesn't draw anything, right? They top deck a Cynthia. Oh no, the strategy's ruined. So like that's obviously why this deck isn't good. But it was cool there for a second, right? Like we felt like we were maybe about to get somewhere. But we just, now we're just not. So, like, now we just have to pass to my opponent. And the hope is that, like, their setup is so bad or sketchy that they are left doing nothing while I just get to kind of rumbling wires over and over. So I wish that I had it would have been good that turn. If I had like another Marshadow, then I could have limited them again. Potentially I could have gone and Marsed them again, right? And just limited them to a hand of 3. Try to stop them from setting up. I don't think at this point, if they could just get they're going to end me. That's great. If they could just get literally a Metagross into the active position or just a Metagross in play in general, I think I'm just in a world of pain. I think I'm just in like a lot of trouble here. We do have Delinquent, so that's good. But I haven't seen one of my stadiums yet. We are playing Aether Paradise. They do have the Metagross, so that means that they get to not Lightning GX, but they do get to Algorithm GX here if they are able to ever get this guy into the active position. So that's not great for me either. Just a bunch of bad stuff. Yeah, we needed none of that to happen. So at this point, we are just like going to be rumbling wires, and hopefully we could discard all my opponent's Max Potions. We are also making them take 7 prizes, which is fun and cute, but also not good. Also makes N just like much better for my opponent because my opponent's getting N to 7 right now, which is like kind of hilarious. So they could throw, no, they can't. I was going to say maybe they can accelerate 2 onto the active position here, but they can't. They only have 1 in the discard pile. So that's just a tough scenario for you boy here, but that's fine. We're gonna continue on. We're gonna play the game out just for fun here to see, see kind of how things might have ended up. But, that's just how it goes. I think, look, my opponent doesn't have enough energies in the discard pile. If maybe I get to, I don't think that there's any way to, really strip their hand this turn. I think I have to, wait for them to algorithm. But once they get, enough energy in the discard pile, there really is just, nothing stopping them. So I think I have to hope that they just can't really get energies in the discard pile. Let's try Acrobike, see what I can get off of Acrobike. I'll take the Crushing Hammer, that's fine. So I have all 3 Crushing Hammers in my hand, but Crushing Hammers just do not really matter in this matchup because my opponent is just going to be, got the Lele out of there. My opponent is just going to be in a situation where they can just accelerate their energies over and over again. So I kind of have to, actually it does matter because if they attack with Metagross, I can Crushing Hammer them and make it so that they can't retreat and then attack again, right? So there are some things that I can do here. I also do have Delinquents. I do have this Aether Paradise. If they are able, not able to bump that, they could have a very hard time kind of getting through all of that. So I am suspecting that I'm going to take a hit here. And I could have played Beast Ring in this deck, but I think the idea was to just not get hit, right? That was the thought process. So we weren't trying to take any hits. We want to slow my opponent down enough to the point where it's just that's not an issue. So we are going to have to go this turn, though. Unfortunately, I cannot let them have this Algorithm GX. I need to Marshadow them again. So this hand is going to have to get Sycamore away unless I top deck Marshadow. So I need to limit them. I can't, unfortunately, then Mars. I would like to Marshadow Mars. I want to do that combination again. Get them to only 3 cards. Kind of just spread as much damage as I can. And hopefully if we just keep rumbling wires, maybe we can hit things like Max Potions. That would be really cool. We do have the Marshadow, so that's fantastic. Let's see what we can... see what we could do here with Crushing Hammer, see if we can actually bop a couple of these. Yeah, let's get that one off there. And then I think, if they just have 2 in the discard pile, that's kind of ideal for me. And then I think I'm just going to Mysterious Treasure away the Sycamore. Go get myself another Let Loose Marshadow. Going to attach another energy to my bench here. And let's let loose. All right. So then we'll do that and see what we can rumbling wires here. We've got another Let Loose Marshadow. That's great. I actually have not played my supporter for turn yet. So if my Lele is in my deck, which I think my Lele is in my deck, so let's just go get that Lele, and then I think I could just go get Mars, right? So I could go get Mars and discard another card from my opponent's hand. I also could get Guzma. I could Guzma something up, but Guzma doesn't really do anything. I think we just want to do this, search for a supporter card. Yep, and we're going to get the Full Art Mars. Yeah, we're just going to get Full Art Mars here, see what we could do with that. And then we're going to discard a card from your hand. Come on, let's see. Can we get something good? Oh, the Sycamore. Oh, yes. So let's hope they don't have any other cards. Yeah, that would be very good. Let's hope they don't have any other good ones in that hand. I think a Delinquent would be so good right now. So I am going to Pal Pad in both my Delinquents. I think Delinquent could be very, very good. So I want to throw those back in. And then maybe I can let loose into a Delinquent next turn. And we're going to Rumbling Wires. Discard the top card of their deck, and it's a Metal Energy. So they do have 3 Metal Energies in the discard pile. Let's hope they don't have another supporter in that hand. That would be really good. They do have Field Blower. What else we rocking over here? Do they have a supporter? Come on. The only Sycamore. Hope that I took the only... No, they had 2 Sycamores. Okay, that's fine. We do have one more Let Loose Marshadow here before things start to get very sketchy. But unfortunately, we might just not be able to do it. I think we kind of have to get ourselves into a board state where we where we like, delinquent their hand away. Hopefully they don't really have anything else. I don't really think that there's any way that we could just beat a deck that accelerates energy like this. Obviously, the Xurkitree deck, like the idea is that we strip their hand away, and then maybe we could sweep for something like, obviously we're going to do very well versus like a Zoroark deck, right? Because we're just going to remove their basic energies if they play any, and then be totally fine. So, ooh, they hit me for 170. That kind of hurts, man. That kind of hurts. So I think here, I think I do just play my, and I feel like I might play my final Marshadow. I think I wait until they draw like a bigger hand here. Or I could just play my final Marshadow and kind of go, but I think that's like my last real out to limiting their hand. So I might want to save that and kind of just rumbling wires again. I'm not really stopping an attack. I don't think so. I think I just hit again and just like kind of see where this goes. And we did Millicynthia, so that's pretty cool. It is nice that we are just like kind of chipping away at their deck, turn by turn as well. It's definitely nice, and it's very good against decks that, it's very good against decks that maybe have valuable resources that you can mill away, like double colorless energy and things, or puzzles and things like that. I think obviously like Metagross might be just one of our worst situations, and also like a Malamar deck. If a Malamar deck or a Metagross deck can just like set up versus us, we're gonna be in a bad spot. So here we are going to go in with this final Marshadow. I think that's just like all we can really do, and we have to see what we could draw off of here. My opponent's got a bigger hand, so it feels better to limit it. We also have Mars, but I think I need to Marshadow first, then Mars. So let's do that. Order of operations. See, hopefully we get a lightning energy too. If we miss the lightning energy, that's just bad. We do have DCE, so that's fine. I don't have the Mars, so I think we just put the Aether Paradise back out. Then we have double colorless energy. My thought was that I could use, you might ask, like, why do I have double colorless energies in this deck? My thought was that, what do we discard? Choice band. My thought was that maybe the DCEs could go on the Lele. Like, honestly, in a deck like this, like, Lele is kind of going to be a big deal, right? Because Lele only takes 2 energy to attack over Xurkitree, who takes 3. So sometimes you get into a little bit of a tight spot here, and you just want to be able, we got max potions, and you want to be able to just kind of wear your opponent out quickly. So like Lele could be good, but obviously Xurkitree's kind of better here because Xurkitree is not getting, Xurkitree's not getting, knocked out in one hit. Unlike the Lele, which just would just get smoked, right, by a Metagross with a choice band. There's just like no protecting against that. So as cool as the deck kind of was there and did what it was supposed to do, my opponent just top decked out of it with the quickness on the turn 1 Cynthia there. That's unfortunate, but it was fun. I don't think I can really end there. I feel like I have to just like keep rumbling wires and just continue to hope that I just mill things. I think at this point, like my opponent has probably less cards in their deck than I do. N is like a fine play. I don't think that I'm gonna deck them out. I think there's like maybe I could play cards that maybe would help with deck out. Like it is a possibility. They are probably just going to go into this, to the fresh Metagross here. And they just have so many, Metagross that they could just switch between. Like, obviously, I kind of had to stop them from setting up altogether. This is just not good. Maybe, I could play, maybe Aether. I think Aether Paradise seems good in this deck. Maybe you could play Potown in the deck as well to do more damage to evolution type Pokemon, and, would help you with numbers like against things like potentially help you with numbers against like Zoroark and stuff like that too. So that is a possibility. Think we just end my opponent to 3 here. Yeah, that seems fine. So let's just do that. We got a bunch of acro bikes and delinquent and stuff like that. So I think that I need an energy. So let's just go get me an energy. The beast energy seems kind of good. So we'll get the beast energy so we do a little bit more damage. But then we also need like 3 turns. So like that's probably not happening. But you never know. We'll see. So we're going to pass to my opponent, and they're just going to have to keep like retreating between these things and to knock out these Marshadows. That's kind of what I got going on. They're going to Guzma up the Lele. Oh no, they're going to go to 2 prizes. So that's pretty much game here. Like they got it. This was fun though. Like let's concede real quick. Let's see if we can get ourselves versus like a Zoroark deck or something like that. See if we can steal a win real quick versus something that's a little maybe less rough than Metagross. That Metagross deck just handled my situation just very, very easily there. This looks like a Gardevoir deck, which could be cool for us because if we are able to like, I won the coin flip. That's also good. So I can just like turn 1 let loose my opponent and Mars them. I don't get to Lightning GX them on the first turn of the game, but I do get to potentially do the let loose Mars, which is like very good as well. They are limited to just a 3 or 4 card hand after the top deck. So that is super good. We do not have the we don't have the let loose in this hand though, so we just have Xurkitree. We're gonna have to go forward with that. And I think that my opponent, ooh, they got 2 extra cards there, so that is bad. I added Max Elixirs to this deck. I don't think that you actually like want or even need Max Elixirs, but let's see here. I think ideally we want like a Mysterious Treasure or Let Loose, yep. So I actually discarded my opponent's Cynthia, which is like kind of hilarious. Then I think I am just going to play a Max Elixir, see if I hit it. Oh, let's take the golden one. We got a golden one, very good. So we are going ham with these Xurkitrees here. And then we got this one, and then I think I'm just gonna let loose. Yeah, we're gonna go for the turn 1 let loose here. Hopefully my opponent gets a kind of a less good setup here off of the let loose. That's kind of the goal. And then, you know, our deck, you wouldn't have even known that we played Max Elixirs from our last game. I actually forgot that I put them in here because I did not see them all game. So, yes, if we could attack first turn, that'd be busted, but we can't. So it looks like that we're probably just going to have to wait with that. I think I will Max Elixir one more time, see if we hit it. We do. 6. So we've got like a built-up bench Xurkitree, active Xurkitree looking pretty good. I think I'll wait till next turn to Acrobike because I want to see what my top deck is for next turn. There's nothing else that I really need right now. My opponent does rip the turn 1 Bridget, but I have Lightning GX as an option. So if they don't get... They play Acrobikes too. Is this a next? No, it's not a next format list. They have Bridget, so that's a silly question. They are just playing Acrobikes in their Guardy deck. I did not see that coming, not gonna lie. They also play Puzzle of Time in their Guardy deck. Whoa! So that's crazy. Are they going for the single puzzle there, or are they double puzzling for 2 Acrobikes? Like, that would be pretty wild. I just was not... They are stacking their deck. Okay, so they are stacking their deck. The Lightning GX is not going to be quite as good. Let's Acrobike here. We got Mars and Sycamore. I feel like I just... discarding a card from their hand would be good, and then also Lightning GX. But then, like, if they stacked a supporter to the top of their deck, they did just single puzzle there. So let's get the Sycamore. I think we just like go for let loose, honestly. And I don't need to bench that Xurkitree. Honestly, I have like a lot of Xurkitree out. So if they knock all these Xurkitree out, like I'm gonna have other problems. So let's go. We got Aether Paradise. That's good. Let's then also, Mysterious Treasure away this Field Blower, and let's just go get another Let Loose. We're gonna like shuffle them to 4. I didn't like all that what they did with the Acrobikes and the single puzzle. It makes me think that they got something coming up next. Oh, but I could have like Rumbling Wires them, but I didn't get a switch card. So like Rumbling Wires was a possibility. Let's try Max Elixir again. We didn't get it. Okay, so I think I do just have to Lightning GX this turn. So we're gonna go shuffle them to 4, and then hopefully they don't get anything good off of this. If they have 2 supporters off of this, then I'm gonna be a little salty. But here we go, Lightning GX. All right, let's see what they got. One supporter. All right, N. Very good. So that's the N goes in their prizes, and then hopefully they just don't top deck an N. Like that's the goal here. And then we just need to then Lightning GX or like Rumbling Wires over and over again, and hopefully we can kind of get set up and moving. Now they are gonna get a Sylveon. That's a little bit frustrating, but you know that's not gonna happen for at least another couple of turns. So that's good. We can just knock this out. I also can Crushing Hammer. Oh, if I could hit that on the Sylveon. Oh, that would have been huge. I can't. Oh, no, that needed to happen this turn because I am about to just Rumbling Wires. So that's tough. Like, obviously, hitting the Lightning, their only Lightning on their only Sylveon would have just, like, halted this game right here, but it looks like things are going to get a little bit more interesting. They actually had another Fairy Energy. Okay, so they did top deck another Fairy Energy here. And what's crazy is that these Xurkitrees are not going to be hit by, they're just like not going to be hit by like double colorless energy. So like that's kind of cool for this matchup as well. I have a Guzma. I feel like I just like play it on this Ralts here and knock out one of the Ralts. That seems kind of great. So I think I'm just going to take that one out and then just discard their top. Like, I know I didn't end them yet, but ending them to 7 just seems kind of bad. So, like, I'm not going to do that. We're just going to Rumbling Wires. Take out another Ralts. We discarded a Sycamore off the top as well. So that's, like, super fun, super cool. All right, we've got Sylveon GX in the active position again. If I imagine they got Rare Candy Guardy. All right, so like they're gonna get Rare Candy Guardy. That's fine. They're gonna have a Guardy in play, but they can't hit me with double colorless energy. So I don't know if they know that they can't hit me with the double colorless energy. Maybe do they plan on pleading? Does this prevent effects? Prevent all damage on this Pokemon. Okay, so damage, right? So it can plea my Xurkitree GX, but at a certain point, like, you know, you're not damaging me though, so you've got to get enough energy onto that Guardy. I'm like feeling okay about it. Oh, or just two. Oh, or you could just get 2 Fairy Energy onto a Gallade, and this whole show is off. So we gotta hope that that doesn't happen either. So let's see. We got Mars next turn, so that's like very good. And I know that they're about to Magical Ribbon. Probably the DCE is on the Sylveon, if I had to guess, just to retreat itself. So I kind of have to suspect that that's probably what's going on there. They do have 7 prizes to take. I only have 4. This deck, like I said, guys, this deck is like definitely not good. But like I just wanted to try it out and kind of see what ended up happening. It's fun. Like I'm having fun, but the deck is not good. It's not competitive, but that's fine. I think we are just gonna Mars here. Get 2 more cards into my. Oh, we got the Gallade. Sick rips, dude. All right, so we got that. Then we have to Crushing Hammer the fair. Oh yes, that guy right there. Yep. And then we want to attach. We want to get an attachment every turn. So I'm gonna put another energy on a Xurkitree here, and we're just gonna start Rumbling Wires for 100. So we just need to try the Lily supporters. Good. We need to try just like disrupt my opponent. See if we can keep things out of play. See if we could keep energy off of their Guardy. Sean, I'm playing a deck you would like.
Oh, what do you got going on here?
I'm playing Xurkitree GX. Yeah, we're just like trying to.
Is this a real thing?
No, I'm trying to make it a thing.
Oh, you better make it a thing.
I'm trying. Yeah, you Mars Shadow your opponent turn 1, so you let loose them to 4, and then you Mars to like limit them to 3, and then you Lightning GX and you limit them to 2 cards on the first turn of the game.
Try to get there.
And you just try to get there from there. You just like try to buff it out from there.
Well, I don't know how a Zoroark deck's gonna beat that.
The Zoroark deck's not gonna beat it. That's the point. Is that you just auto win versus Zoroark decks. Everything else can be a little bit sketchy.
Can you do anything against Ray if they draw out of your 2-card knockdown?
I don't think you're gonna beat Ray. No.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
you lost my vote.
It's primarily to beat the to beat Zoroark decks, which I haven't played one yet, but.
You'll get there.
We'll play one day, and then we're going to feel really good about it. I am about to go to 2 prizes, 2 to 7 prizes versus this Guardy deck, though.
7? Wow, you really showed him.
That's the Lightning GX, yeah. So, like, that's,
He can't
that's the
attack
thing.
you either.
He can't attack. I could Mars him again here. He's got a huge hand, and maybe I discard something good. That or I just end. I think I like wait to end though, so I think I'm just gonna like Mars again, see what we get. Oh, sick! I got rid of a Guzma. That's cool. All right, and then we're gonna Acro Bike one more time. We're gonna see what we get off the Acro Bike. Oh, Crushing Hammer, great. So I want to pick that Crushing Hammer. That's good. I could throw the Flare Grunt back into my deck with the Pal Pad. And we're going to let that Crushing Hammer loose, see what we could do. Heads again. Oh, we get to hit that Guardy for the Fairy Energy. So good. So good. Oh my gosh. So then we're just going to Rumbling Wires, discard the top card of their deck again. Going to 2 prizes. This is better than I expected. We're going pretty good here. We have 3 Xurkitree built up. We just need to like not get KO'd, which seems fine. Like they can't really put all the energy into play that I think that they need to this turn. So in order to knock out my Xurkitree, especially if I have these Aether Paradise conservation areas. Oh, they're going to Diantha. They play Diantha in this deck and puzzles and all that. That is crazy. I did not really see that coming. So what are they going to put back into their hand with Diantha? They want the Parallel and the Fairy Energy. Obviously, they're looking for these Fairy Energy back because they want to knock me out. So I think he's got 3, 6, 9, 8, 10, 12. All right, he's got the knockout on my Xurkitree GX. He needed that. He needed that Fairy Energy. He needed to counter my Parallel in order to knock out the Xurkitree here. So that's a little bit rough. But fortunately, my math actually works out really good with this Beast Energy Xurkitree here. So that's great. I can slap Aether Paradise back down. That's very good. We want that. And then I think I can also end them to 5, which feels fine. That I don't want to delinquent. So like that's for sure. Yeah, let's end them. I understand that I'm going to a 2-card hand. Yeah, I get it. Then we also, we can Lele out of this. That's fine. If they don't heal this thing or get it out of the active, like I win next turn because they just are going to get knocked out by my next Xurkitree GX. So like that's pretty good for me. I'm feeling like pretty confident here. They can't really, and then I could just Guzma for game. So if I have a Guzma in deck, which I think I do, I think I play 2 Guzma. So if they just don't have it, then I just win. Well, I would have just beat a Gardevoir deck with the Xurkitree deck. So the deck is like maybe not the worst deck in the world. I think it's like definitely fun at least. And they scooped. We got a win. And I had Lele for Guzma for game on that Gardevoir GX. How crazy was that? We got there with Xurkitree. I'm going to show you guys the list if you guys want to see it, and at least go be some trolls on PTCGO today. This trolling was brought to you by Tricky Jim. Unreal. So if you want to check out the deck, it's just for fun. Like I don't bring this to a tournament really, I don't think, but I mean, goodness, it was a lot of fun to. Oh, here's my energy. I'm playing all different lightning energy, so that's fun. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lightning energy. Just 2 double colorless and a beast, and then we got the flare. The disruption cards. The Crushing Hammers were really good. Obviously, the Acro Bikes are there to like help dig into like your early Marshadow Mars combination because like that's kind of what we're going for. We also play the Jolteon. Oh, Sean, we have an auto win versus Ray. I played Jolteon. Oh yeah. So and I beat the Guardy deck. So yeah, it's auto win versus Orc. If we get the Jolteon out, you could auto win versus Ray. Which maybe you want to play an Ultra Ball in here. I'm not playing any Ultra Balls right now. That's a little bit greedy. I have to admit, yes, that's a little bit greedy. But we do play a lot of draw cards, and really all you need is to just like kind of start Xurkitree or something. I don't really play a lot of switch cards either, but you saw it worked there twice in a row. So like, I don't know. Obviously, the list is not perfect, but it is a lot of fun, and I think like the idea is there. Like you could build a deck like this if you wanted to, and it might be able to do a thing or two. Anyways, let me know, what do you guys think of my Xurkitree GX deck in the comments below. Make sure to like the video, sub to the channel, ring that bell. Peace.